Hi there. Today I'm going to film a plan with me for my work planner, which uses so much crafting inserts. I've filmed a couple of these for my channel before. I just filmed one last week. There's kind of the end of it. I posted the full spread on my Instagram, which is linked below if you wanted to take a look at that. In general, for this planner, I've been keeping it a bit more sparse, like a little bit more white space, and for whatever reason I seem to really be gravitating towards kits from Vintage Gypsy Road, and I'm going to do that again this week. Actually, I do have a reason. It's that I really like that her kits come with these matte full boxes that have the center muted, and those kind of let you, those I like, they're easier to write on, so I like using those here because I write my meetings that I have every day in my planner, and I have a lot of meetings for work, so I like being able to have those available to me. And sometimes I get more pieces of the Vintage Gypsy Road kit, but for whatever reason, I had ordered this one. This is the Marie Antoinette kit, and I only ordered 2 pieces of it. I don't really know what my thought process was there. I guess I don't know. But so basically, so I have these, so I'm going to try and use most of these this week, even though I really only fill in the 5 days, but you'll see how I use everything. And to complement these, I am going to go ahead and bring in some of the January Erin Condren colors because I have the monthly items. So I'm going to use those for my headers. These are from Scribble Prints Co. I also have these little heart checklists that I might use at the bottom. I'm going to use the Scribble Prints Co. Ombre heart checklists. I don't normally use the full box heart checklists in my work planner, at least. I mean, I've only been using it for like 4 weeks, so when I say normally, take that with a grain of salt. But thus far, I haven't really used the full box checklist because I'm trying to have this one be a little bit more white space, but I don't have any more of the heart checklists in the monthly colors because I used those last week, and I have these, so why not use them? So I'm going to use those, and then I have a couple other monthly items from Scribble Prints like washi. I have this one random full box that I forgot to use in my my Erin Condren spread, so I figured I'll just have those available. And then finally I have the Planner Kate Planner Kate water bottles because I've really been liking using these to make sure that I'm drinking enough water during the work day. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, kind of organize this. Let's move all of these out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and go through and do my to-do headers and the ombre heart checklist first. So I filled all of those in. The one thing I'll say, again, because you might be able to tell this is a little crooked, I tried to lift it up. The So Much Crafting inserts, the paper feels beautiful. I love the way the paper feels. It's so easy to write on. But the one caveat there is that once you put a sticker down, especially a glossy sticker, it is stuck. If you try to pull it up, it's going to rip up the paper. So that's just like one little, the only real negative about these. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead through and lay my today headers down, as well as the these boxes from Vintage Gypsy Road. And I guess I'll chat while I do this. This was supposed to be on Monday. I was supposed to be traveling, but I'm in one of the areas that was affected by the blizzard, and I am definitely not going to be able to leave via airport, and might not even be able to leave my house. So this could be like a weird work week. The last time this happened in my area, like I live in the DC area, the last time this happened like 6 years ago, we worked from home for an entire week. We being the entire region, or if people don't work from home, like the federal government, I think they just like if they don't have work from home privileges, they just take the entire week off, which is crazy. But so anyway, so there is a chance I might not be actually in the office this week, but I still wanted to fill this in because I think it's still, I've been really liking, even though my personal planner has been like a little bit more sparse, especially because I haven't been exercising due to illness and injury. I'm still really liking having my personal and my work separate. It makes it kind of easier to focus on some of the personal tasks I need to do, and definitely better for, that's just gonna have to do, better for organizing my work stuff, to be able to have really room to plan everything on. I don't always use all the space that's in here, but I really like being able to have a designated area just for work. And also I like that I keep this in a filofax, and it's a lot smaller to carry around than my Erin Condren. So I'm just kind of filling these in. Even though I might be working from home, we still do a lot of meetings, and we can hold all those remotely. So I'll still need all this space to write down my meetings. Okay, so next I'm going to go through and do the little things section. And here I'm going to use these glossy backgrounds, which I think are super pretty. Okay, so I went ahead and filled in my little things with the Vintage Gypsy Road backgrounds, and then I also did the Planner Kate water bottles. I haven't been putting too much else down in the little things section right now. I am going to put a little reminder to myself that on Friday I have a happy hour that technically starts at 6. I probably can't leave work early enough to make it right at 6, but I should leave earlier than I might normally in order to get it, because it's a little bit far away. So I'm just going to put a little Planner Kate double dot, and then I'm going to put an icon from Scribble Prints. I think I'm going to use, I think there's like an alarm clock one. Yeah. What color? I'll use this color. Just to like, it doesn't really stand out, that color. Oh well, that's okay. But just to remind myself that I do need to leave. And otherwise, I don't have any like little things I need to put there. Oh, yeah, I do. I have like one errand that I might need to run. So I'm just gonna put this here. A double dot is like a reminder. Okay, so there's kind of the filled in spread. The other thing I'm going to do is, I didn't really have any washi that I loved with this. And I have like some little, I'm going to try and start making myself, this is going to sound like really dumb, but like do little like breaks through the day where I like do like some squats at my desk, or I do a quick like loop around the building, or just to keep myself moving and kind of, and they say that actually helps you focus better when you're sitting at the computer, to step away from the computer. So I'm gonna put those, and I'm gonna start trying to do that. We'll see if this actually sticks. But I'm gonna put little Scribble Prints Co. Oh shit, it's so hard to, if you get things crooked, it's so hard to fix them on these inserts. So you have to be careful, which I was not being. But anyway, putting these little Scribble Prints 3-heart checklists down. I'm using the darkest teal color. we'll see. These might go like totally unused. You know, or I might, oh shit. Things are going awry. Rapidly devolving here. Especially if I'm at home this week. For part of it though, I have a little bit more flexibility to do that, and I also, you know, when you're at home, it's like you could stay in pajamas all day. So I'm not sure quite what I'm going to put down there yet, but I think developing some good little habits will be good. So that all that's left to do in this spread is the sidebar. And for the sidebar, lately, you can see what I did last week, and I really liked how this worked out. I put like the priority items that I had to get done for the week. I put some notes to myself for I needed to figure out if I was not going on this trip, and I'm not. And then I just put some tasks for next week's to carry over. So I'm gonna do something similar this week. I'm not really sure. I do have these headers left, but I really don't think the orange is gonna go very nicely. So I think what I'm gonna do instead is, so these were, this was the sheet of headers that I had used last week. So it's missing kind of the goals in the next week. So I'm gonna pull out a second one. These are the Scribble Prints, Andrea's Favorites headers. And I don't normally use a ton of the gray, so I like that I've been using the gray for the sidebar, or I like that I used it last week for the sidebar, so I'm gonna do that again. First, I'm gonna call it goals. Oh, first things first though, I need to cover up the dates because because this is a work planner, so obviously I work a Monday to Friday job, so I don't need the dates for the weekend. So I'm using it kind of more as like a sidebar than, I just started calling a sidebar. I realized that might have been confusing. I use the weekend space as a sidebar. So I'm going to, but I need to cover up the dates. Sometimes I buy the Vintage Gypsy Road washi, but like I mentioned, for this kit I didn't, which is fine. I'm just going to use, I have these extra full boxes, and I'm just going to cut them and use them. So my battery died yesterday when I was finishing up doing the sidebar. So I'm just coming on the next day just to show you what the finished spread ended up looking like. So for the sidebar, I did goals at the top with another one of the Ombre Heart checklists, and those will really be like the must-dos for my work week. And then I put one of these matte boxes from Vintage Gypsy Road with a reminders header, and that I'm just gonna like put calls I need to make or other little things. And then extras, I didn't have another next week sticker on the same sheet of the Andrea's Favorites, and I'm trying to use up kind of the different gray ones before I move on to another sheet. But anyway, but I did have randomly in like a grab bag at one point, I got like an entire multicolored sheet of Scribble Prints headers that just said extras, so I decided to pull from there. And when I say extras, I mean stuff that is extra that I didn't get done this week that I need to move on to the next week. So that'll kind of be like my next week section. And so yeah, so there's the finished spread. I finished up an entire, so I had the 2 full sheets from Vintage Gypsy Road, and what I was left with was two glossy boxes, full boxes, and then one of the matte ones. I used everything else in the set. I just moved the matte one over here just so I could keep them all together. I might just use those in like a random spread in the future. But overall, I really like how this turned out. I think it's really pretty. It's a little bit less white space than I have been doing in this planner, but I still think because like all the color tones are kind of the same, it's not too overwhelming for me. So I'm gonna leave this here because it's still the weekend and I really like to fill in my work stuff kind of when it's the work week, and I'll fill in my meetings and stuff during when I go to work. But If you do want to see what it looks like once it's finished, I'll try to post either a midweek or a finished week on Instagram. So the link is down below in the description if you want to check that out. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and go ahead and click the subscribe button if you want to see more. So thank you, and talk to you soon.